Today we're going to look at Salt and Straw's Cocoa Peppermint, but basically this is peppermint patty ice cream with a twist. Yep, looking through the recipe books, I wanted to do a seasonal flavour. I guess Halloween is next week, or this weekend. And next is Christmas, so I'm going to do a Christmas one because I want to. Peppermint patty is, if for those that don't know, is basically like a peppermint paste wrapped in chocolate. I think Hershey's own the York brand, so the chocolate is going to be Hershey's chocolate. Those in England and Europe, you can't get these, but if you think of like an after eight that hasn't had enough amylase in it and it isn't soft, so it's quite a hard stick, that's kind of what it is. So the peppermint patties aren't soft, semi-liquid peppermint core. They're still really tasty. Salt and Straw have got their cocoa peppermint, which is their standard base plus cocoa with homemade peppermint patties inside. But I wanted to kind of switch this up a little bit. So I'm going to do their cocoa base using their methods for ice cream, but I'm going to do a peppermint patty core. So a peppermint center core to this. So sounds delicious. What are we going to need? For the Salt and Straw standard ice cream base, you're going to need 110 grams or half a cup of granulated sugar, 30 grams or 2 tablespoons of skim milk powder, 1.2 grams or a quarter teaspoon of xanthan gum, 30 grams or 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup, 332 grams or 1 1/3 cups of whole milk, and 332 grams or 1 1/3 cups of heavy cream. For the addition to that, you're going to need 55 grams or a quarter cup of granulated sugar, 30 grams or a quarter cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. So this is just standard cocoa powder, not drinking chocolate, okay? 5 grams of mint extract or 1 drop of peppermint oil, and then obviously your ice cream base above. So the way Salt and Straw work in their recipe books is they create a generalized ice cream base and then they add to it for every recipe to create something different. With that in mind, we're then going to make our peppermint core. We've got a few things to make here. It's not particularly complicated. Let's get on and make the base. So according to the recipe book, we need to add, so we're just dealing with the ice cream base for now, the standardized base that Salt and Straw do. We need to add our sugar, our skim milk powder and our xanthan gum into a small pot and stir it together. So let's do that. 110 grams of sugar, 30 grams of skim milk powder, 1.2 grams of xanthan gum. Let's get our tiny whisk and we're going to give that a stir together, stirring again to break up our stabilizer. Xanthan being a cold process stabilizer, Salt and Straw heat it up. They don't superheat it, they just heat the base to dissolve the sugars. So there's that there. The next stage is, in this pan we have our 30 grams of corn syrup. We're going to add in our 332 grams of milk. And it says to stir that together. That's going to be tough because it's not going to do absolutely anything until we get it on the heat. So it then says to add in our milk powder, sugar, xanthan gum mixture. So in that goes. And then we're going to heat this up gently. I'm reading the instructions as we go. Heat this up gently to dissolve the sugars, then we take it off the heat. So let's do that. It should only take a few minutes to dissolve the sugar. Really doesn't need to be heated too high. So just be gentle. Okay, just a couple of minutes to completely dissolve or loosen up and incorporate that corn syrup. So with that on there, we're going to add in our cream, which is 332 grams as well. And that is our Salt and Straw base. That's their simplified base. Everything in this recipe book anyway it uses. So we can put that in a container. And that is now going to go in the fridge. It says at least 6 hours, preferably 24 hours. So let's leave this for 24 hours in a refrigerator and then we'll move on to the next bit. So with that now chilling now in there, we're going to prepare the next part, which is the cocoa part, the chocolate part that will eventually get added to that. But in their recipe book, it says to prepare this independently and chill it down and mix it together when it's completely cold. So let's do what it says in the book. We put our sugar in here, 55 grams of our sugar. And then in the instructions, it says to add in a 1/4 cup of water, which is not in the ingredients list. So 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 cup of water, which is 45 grams. And we need to bring it to a boil, apparently, and then immediately take it off the heat. So let's do that. A nice rapid boil, so nice and quick. Super fast. Now it says to add in our cocoa powder. So that's 30 grams of cocoa powder, and stir it in quickly. That's a really piss poor way of dealing with cocoa powder, but there you go. And then it says we're going to need to let that cool down to, you know, room temperature-ish before we add in our mint extract. So let's leave it here for about half an hour. That will cool it down enough so that we don't burn off the volatile flavour compounds that are in our extract. So come back when we're ready to do that. So I've just cooled this down quickly over some cold water, and I have peppermint extract rather than oil, so I'm going to put a little bit more in because I personally don't think 5 grams or 1 drop of peppermint oil is anywhere near enough. I'm going to put this in a little container, like so, and now this can go in the refrigerator. So the peppermint patty core, I'm going to make that first thing in the morning when this comes out ready to churn, because we're going to mix our 2 component ice cream base together. We're going to churn it. We're going to pop it back in the freezer for about an hour to firm up enough so that we can get our core shape in the middle. And whilst that's hardening up in the freezer for that to happen, we'll make our peppermint patty core and add it in then. So, see you in the morning. The recipe called to keep them in the refrigerator overnight, or, you know, minimum 6 up to 24 hours. 24 hours for a better flavour, so that's what I've done. I think this chocolate add-in is going to be too hard straight out of the refrigerator. So, might have to, yeah, I mean, it's way too hard to mix into that base. I don't know why they suggested that. Way too hard. So I'm going to stir this and try and loosen it back up so that it would actually be mixable. If you try this recipe, don't keep this chocolate in the refrigerator like they suggest in the recipe book. It's too hard to successfully reincorporate into that base. So 30 seconds of mixing this back up. That's about as thin as it's going to get without actually heating it up. So let's combine it all. Whisk it all together. This is going to take a little bit, so... Alright, well, it actually didn't take too long. It took about a minute to completely incorporate that back in. Our machine is now pre-chilled, so let's get this in here. We'll cut to some music, and I'll load this into the tubs and put it in the freezer for about an hour, maybe 2, depending on how well it freezes, because we want it a little bit harder so that we can create that core in the middle. So let's do that. So churn your ice cream as normal, and this base actually does look pretty silky and smooth, to be fair. And when it comes time to loading up, you're not going to fill your tubs up completely because we're going to make a core section in the center. So if you overfill, then you might have to take some out. Right, now so that's now in the freezer, just hardening off a little bit. If you try and make the core while it's just been churned, it's too soft, then the core fills in. So we need to just harden it off just a little bit so that we can actually create that gap for our peppermint core. If you hear some noise outside, it's that time of year, it's seasonal tyre swap. So I use a great local company, they come out and swap my tyres, but it is noisy. So that's probably what you'll hear. I got a little bit of leftover ice cream. Our peppermint core, we are making a peppermint, very traditional peppermint soft fondant. We are going to need 240 grams of condensed milk. You're also going to need 200 grams of powdered sugar or icing sugar, 30 grams or thereabouts of water. We'll talk about that as we do it. And then our peppermint extract, use as much or as little as you want. And finally, just a little pinch of salt just to balance that flavor out. So let's get our condensed milk, 240 grams. And into that we're going to put our water. There's noise coming everywhere at the moment. So we're going to put 30 grams of water in here. 30 grams is enough to kind of loosen it up. That's really what the water is for, just to loosen this up so that it remains either pipeable or pourable, however you're going to put it in. We're going to put this on a hob and just heat this up. We're not going to superheat this up. Please do not boil this. We need to maintain that water level in here. So on the hob, heat it up, 40, 50 degrees centigrade, then stop. Literally only took a couple of minutes. We're just thinning that condensed milk down so that everything else can incorporate. We're not really doing anything to it apart from that. And actually the amount of condensed milk turns out about 2/3 of that can. So into that we're going to add our 200 grams of, so whilst I'm incorporating this powdered sugar into our condensed milk and water, if you want it to go slightly harder in the freezer, then use less water. So in this recipe I use 30 grams. You know, you can probably reduce that by half if you really want to, and it will go quite hard. It might not be as scoopable or spoonable. If you like it really loose and runny, then add another 15 grams of water to it. You'll be able to pour that in with ease, and it will probably pour out, to be fair. It won't freeze solid at all. This, I personally found this a really good balance, a really good mix of a core that you can scoop with your ice cream, but will also start flowing if you give it, 10-15 seconds. So just going to get any remaining little lumps out of there. In goes our peppermint extract. That's about half a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoons, about 2 teaspoons. I like my peppermint, I like my flavours as a whole strong. Nice strong smell. Finally, just a touch of salt. Make sure it's nice and fine. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to use a piping bag. That's going to go in there. And I'm going to put this in the refrigerator to completely cool down whilst the ice cream is chilling down for that next hour. Salt and straw peppermint patty base, my own mint peppermint patty core. That mint core, perfect texture, kind of oozing out the middle slowly, even at freezer temperatures. I wanted it to do that. I didn't want it so hard that when you scoop it, you kind of hit it in the middle. This is delicious. I mean, I wish it had a little bit more chocolate flavour in the base. That's me being picky. I used Dazan cocoa powder. They're a Dutch company that originally, anyway, that's where the company started. So yeah, I wish this had a little bit more cocoa forward flavour. The process of making this is a real faff if you're just gonna experiment with ice creams and different methods, because you wouldn't ordinarily create the 2 individual parts, let them chill and then mix them together. It's definitely a Christmassy kind of flavour, and mint chocolate is always associated with Christmas. I don't know why. I love Christmas. Every year I dress up as Santa Claus, just like this, for my daughter and for other kids in the town, and just because I love Christmas. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to choose one of your suggestions that was in the comments of last week's video for next week, and I will see you